What's going on, guys? So today, man, we talking about the price, the time between actually getting where you want to go and starting the journey. And this is that space. So today, obviously, I'm headed, you know what I'm saying, in to work. Some days, you know, of course, some days are better than others, right? Some days we want to work, some days we don't want to work. And today was one of those days, man. Like I oftentimes have these moments where it's like, bro, like, is it ever gonna happen for me? You know what I'm saying? Am I ever gonna get to the place that I want to be to? Am I ever gonna get to whatever that goal is that I'm working for? And honestly, if I'm being honest, I don't know. But I know that doing nothing means that you get nothing. You know what I'm saying? I know 0 plus 0 equals 0. You know what I'm saying? But I do know that even if I don't get there, I know that adding something can make, you know what I'm saying, make it more tangible, make it more real. And somebody who's been working towards the things that they want for years and years and years, it's hard. It's hard, man. I think it's hard for a lot of us because, you know, sometimes people say that, oh, you don't work hard enough, you don't do this and don't do that. And I don't always think that's true. Sometimes it is. Sometimes you can work harder and you can do more. But sometimes it's just that gap, man. Sometimes it's just that gap from when you start versus where you end and what that gap actually looks like, you know. And sometimes it takes a lot longer for some people. I'm not going to say that I don't get on social media some days and I'm not, you know, frustrated or surprised that people are like, oh, I made it in a year, I made it in 2 years, I made it now. I'm like, man, dog, I've been doing this 5, 10, 12, 15 years, you know, and I still ain't got to where I'm going. How are you able to get there in 1 to 2 years? And it's not like, you know, I don't have a work ethic. It's not like I don't, you know, have a focus or that I don't have a passion or the heart. You know, I think we all have our own stories to tell about, like, how much pain, how much, you know, frustration, how many things we done went through, obstacles to kind of, you know, get to the things that we want to get to in life. So it's frustrating. And that's what this video is kind of about today, like talking about that frustration, that middle part that people don't always talk about. They talk about the beginning when it's like you got the passion and you got the energy and you want to go. And then they talk about the ending when you make it. And then they talk about, oh, this is what it took for that person to get there, but they never talk about the in-between when you're right there. When you're right there in the struggle, when you're right there in the frustration, when you're right there in the pain and the anger. And I don't want to do this. I'm tired of doing this every single day, trying to find a way out of doing whatever that is. And that's the space that I'm in. And this is for everybody else who is kind of in that, the in-between space. I think I'm going to name this video, the in-between space, you know. I see you. I'm with you. This is the in-between space, man. The still doing the discipline and the habits and the, you know, all the things that, you know, you kind of got to do to sustain yourself until you get there. It took me a long time to accept the in-between. I can't say that I fully accepted the in-between, but I'm a lot more accepting of the in-between than I was before, you know. Because like I said, it is frustrating, man. And you want to be everywhere but here, you know. You want to be everywhere but in the place that you're in now. And I can't tell you if it's good for you or not. You know, I don't know. That's what they say. You know, people say, oh, the journey's better than the destination. But for somebody who hasn't made it to the destination yet, it's hard not to judge the journey. You know what I'm saying? It's hard not to be hard on the journey because it's like, bro, this sucked. But y'all telling me that this is better than that? Or maybe it's just the little moments in this where it's like, this is good. Like, this is working. This is, you know, maybe that compares to the actual, like, making it, you know, because sometimes we do a lot of things in life. And then when we finally get the thing that we want, you're like, oh, all right, we did it. Now it's on to the next thing. Like, you celebrate it, but it's like, it was a lot to get there, and now you got there, and it's like, okay. But for other people who we're trying to reach that big goal, maybe it's getting out of debt, maybe it's this. Sometimes it can be, albeit, sometimes it can, you know, have like a plateau. Like, it can be like, okay, yeah, we hit that. Now it's the next thing. And you do have to find a way to find joy and gratefulness in, you know, even whatever that is. But I know that it's frustrating when you had this big goal and it's been bothering you for years, and you're trying to get there. And, you know, it's tough. You know what I'm saying? It's tough and it's frustrating sometimes. And I see you. I'm here with you. Like I said, I can't wait for the day when I can go do what I want to do. instead of this. You know, I think even when they talk about adulthood and becoming an adult, and you know what I'm saying, even though I'm in my 30s now, but this is the part I think that they leave out a lot of times. People don't tell you about how sucky it is sometimes. Like, it sucks a lot, bro. Like, it does suck. And people are like, oh, well, it has its good moments, and it does, but it's a lot of sucky moments. And sometimes I wish people were more honest about the moments that suck. You know what I mean? Sometimes I wish people were more honest about what's not good. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just saying, like, tell the truth. You know what I mean? Tell the truth when it sucks. Tell the truth when it's good. And I'm telling you that there's some moments when it sucks. I did not want to get up there. And part of me is like, man, I hope they put me on, like, standby today. But the other part is like, you know, you still got to work. You still got to make money. So aside from business and things like that. So I don't know. You know, but this is for everybody showing up today in the in-between space. Like I said, it is frustrating, bro. It's annoying. It really is annoying sometimes because, like I said, you're trying to get from there to there, and it's all this stuff in between from there to there. And like I said, when you see people who do get it, you're like, man, they made it look so easy, but you know that it's not easy. So this is for the in-between. I'm not gonna make this video long. That's really all I had to say today. This was just one of them days getting up and it's like, we just gonna go. You know, it's raining, but the sun is still shining, so that means it's still a chance to make it a good day. And that's what we're gonna strive for today, to make it a good day. But we headed in. Y'all be blessed. Peace.